On behalf of the Danville, Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to welcome you to our Business at Breakfast this morning, where we'll get an opportunity to hear about the state of our region. And I get the opportunity to introduce our guest this morning. First, I'll introduce Tim Barber. He is the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, and he was elected in 2007. Mr. Barber graduated from Tunstall High School and completed a 2-year automotive program at Danville Community College. He's been the owner and operator of Barber Automotive Center for the past 20 years, and he's also the owner of commercial development company, West End Development. He is a member of the Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce and a past member of the Agricultural Development Board. He's a former member of the boards of the Sandy River Medical Center and the Brownsville Volunteer Fire Department, and he's a member of Welcome Baptist Church. Also, we'll be hearing from Sherman Saunders. He's a native of Pennsylvania County. He was elected to serve on City Council in 1996 and has served as the Danville's mayor since 2008. He's executive director of Pennsylvania County Community Action, and he's a former past president of the Chamber of Commerce. This morning, again, we'll have an opportunity to get an update on what's happening in our region and all the regional collaborations that's going on right now. I'm going to turn it over to these gentlemen, but if you would, hold your questions to the end of the presentation. So I'll turn it over to Tim, who'll get us started.
Thank you and good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all elected officials and business people. I would like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for holding this event. This region has a lot to be thankful for, but it did not just happen upon us. The governments, businesses, and citizens have been collaborating very closely for the past 10 years, setting up the foundation for success. While the rest of the country was declining at an accelerated pace, we were both losing and winning. We lost a number of industries and businesses, but we were also able to attract new innovative and green industries, as well as expanding our historically successful agricultural base. Through private partnership and community support, the Old Dominion Agricultural Foundation was able to bring a game-changing facility to the region located north of Chatham and serving a 5-county region. The Old Dominion Agricultural Complex brought the Governor Bob McDonnell, members of his cabinet, and numerous federal, state, and local officials to a ribbon cut in February of this year. Both Danville and Pennsylvania County face deficit budgets this year requiring significant restraint and innovations to bridge the gap. However, consistent with our history, we pulled it together and moved on. This is emblematic of our financial concerns in investing in development. In today's world, we must be frugal and cautious in our investments. The Institute, the Cyber Park, Cane Creek, and Mega Park are examples of this in order to get the best return on taxpayer dollar. Because we had these facilities, we were able to locate Yorktown Caventry, Swedwood North, America. This year we also are locating Green Energies in Cane Creek, and we are grading sites for 2 more locations to be ready. Both the city and county are working with active prospects right now. In this past year, we have seen a number of businesses and industries locate and start up in our region, such as Growing, Virginia, and the Medical Center in Brownsville, new restaurants in Danville, and the expansions of Ethel Propac and Yorktown Caventry. In May, Governor McDonnell invited the chairman of the Board of Supervisors to his office to discuss the region's future. That meeting led to some quick responses from state agencies and on local issues. Building upon that connection, both city and county officials had an unprecedented private meeting with Sean Connaughton, Secretary of Transportation, concerning the Danville Regional Airport. That meeting was followed by an economic summit with Governor Bill Bolin in Brownsville to visit and discuss the megapark. And then again, from that meeting, regional teams are being set up to visit, evaluate, and develop strategies to ensure we stay competitive with development of the megapark. The development of the Southern Regional Alliance and our cooperative programs with neighboring North Carolina cities and counties show our commitment to regionalism and the extent to which we will go to make this new regional economy work. The county this past year also hired a full-time attorney. It hired its county's the first recreation director and is planning a future recreation program and complex. As we all know, we are facing very tough times right now, but with the county and city partnership, the area businesses, the leaders, and the Chamber's commitment, we will be successful in rebuilding our economy. Thank you and God bless.
Good morning. And thank you, Mr. Barber. I'm proud to say that Tim Barber is a very, very good friend of mine, personally and professionally. We spend a lot of time together, we travel together, and we eat a lot of barbecue. And it's very, very good. Let me also thank the Chamber for inviting me today. Let me recognize some council members who are here. To call your name, please stand. Dr. Gary Miller is here. Councilman Larry Campbell is here. Councilman John Gilstrap is here. Councilman Fred Shanks is here. City Manager Joe King is here. Deputy Manager David Parrish is also here. Where are you, David? There you are. Thank you all very much for being here this morning. Thank you. Also, a special hello and welcome to our good friends, Delegate Danny Marshall, Delegate Don Merricks, Sheriff Mike Taylor, and all other elected and appointed officials. Thank you for being here. Let me say that I would like very much to be positive about our city, to portray a very, very positive picture of Danville and this region. But I will be honest with you. We do have many issues that we must address. High unemployment, declining population, crime, which we are working on, and some other areas. Things are getting better for our city, and most especially for our region. So yes, we have much to do. Stay focused on education, job training, housing, infrastructure, and all the other things that make a city and a region grow. It is notable that Tim Barber and I are here this morning, not necessarily to talk about Pennsylvania County or the city of Danville, but to talk about the state of our region. In my opinion, the state of our region is not as bad as it could be. We are aware of the current national conditions and how such conditions affect us locally. Yet we continue to do our best to make things better. All of us in this room and others have played a major part in keeping our region afloat, and you continue to do so. And for this, we say thank you. Thank you very, very much. I think that one of the reasons why our region is making progress is our local governments work well together. And I do know our local governments. I am very proud to have been born and raised in Pennsylvania County. The first half I lived in Pennsylvania County, and the second half I've lived in the city I love, Danville. And I know this region well. As far as the benefits and necessity of regional cooperation are concerned, here in Danville, Pennsylvania County, we get it. We understand that we must work together, and we do. Before I turn my attention to economic development, the subject you're probably most interested in, let me just say a few things that we do in partnership with Pennsylvania County and other local governments in our region. First, Danville Utilities delivers electricity to thousands of customers in the southern part of Pennsylvania County and a small portion in Henry and Halifax counties. We've made significant improvements in our electric infrastructure to improve service reliability and to prepare for new businesses we hope to attract to the area. We have a joint fire training center that we share with several local volunteer departments. Just last week, we officially established a city-county emergency management planning organization. We participate in Regional Police Academy, Regional Crash Investigation Response Team, and Regional Drug Task Force. We help each other in the event of public safety and utility emergencies. in terms of economic development. We believe that adding good family wage jobs anywhere in the region benefits us all. Our unemployment rate, again, has been declining all year. It still is too high, but it is going down. Our sales, mills, hotel, motel tax revenues have begun to increase, indicating that commerce is finally picking up. We've had some really exciting economic development announcements over the past years. Some examples include Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell announced last month that Noblest will be locating a center for applied high-performance computing in the old Belt 1 building in our River District. EIT's new 60,000 square foot facility is now under construction in the Cyber Park. CBN Secure Technologies is expanding its plant there. Esso Propac has invested $10 million, doubling the size of their airside facility, where it's consolidating operation with Arista Tube. U.S. Green Energy is up and operating in a facility off Riverside Drive while it constructs its new Cane Creek facility. We are also doing great things in our city's River District. With a grant from the Danville Regional Foundation, we're conducting a very exciting planning process for the River District. The Industrial Development Authority purchased the old Diamond Headquarters building on Bridge Street. Avery University's graduate and nursing programs will locate there, along with the Danville Regional Foundation. Rehab Builders is renovating the former Furrow building on Main Street. You know, that beautiful building that's kind of ugly? It will feature nice apartments on the upper floors and retail and office space on the first floor. We're finding that there is a pent-up demand for restaurants downtown. Jake's on Main has been popular thus far. 316 Savo is set to open soon. Our Industrial Development Authority worked with the Dan Regional Foundation to purchase the Downtowner. It is our expectation that demolition of the building will occur before the end of the calendar year. We might have a party, and you're all invited. We simply could not achieve the success without our partnership with Pennsylvania County, the Commonwealth of Virginia, Tobacco Commission, Dan Regional Foundation, Chamber of Commerce, Industrial Development Authority, and other local team members. Our Danville, Pennsylvania Regional Industrial Facility Authority, RIFA, has been active for over a decade now. We jointly own 3 industrial parks, the Cyber Park in Danville, and Cane Creek Center, and the Mega Park in Pennsylvania County. Our 3,500 acres Mega Park is unique because of its size. It is the largest in the United States outside of Texas, and most certainly in the Southeast. Additionally, our Mega Park is truly a regional Southside Virginia effort, as well as a cooperative effort with Rockingham County and Eaton, North Carolina. Yes, we believe it's okay to cross the line into North Carolina, into Pennsylvania County, and anywhere else where there may be jobs. Pennsylvania County and Danville jointly own and operate the Dan River Business Development Center that has served as the launching pad for many of our current industries. With the help from the state of Virginia, we have recently formed the Southern Virginia Regional Alliance with the city of Martinsville and Pennsylvania County, Halifax, Patrick, and Henry counties. Again, it's okay to cross the lines. The Danville Pennsylvania County Partnership has been recognized as a model for other communities in Virginia. And yes, Washington, D.C. is also paying attention, as they should. We are proud of our accomplishments. We are proud of all the work of our former mayors and council members, to include former Mayor John Hamlin right there. We are proud of all of you for making our region strong. We are proud of the accomplishment and for working hard on making this the best region in the nation. Thank you. There are some things in the pipeline. I cannot tell you what those things are. I think that we all recognize that when you have prospects looking at, you can't name them, you can't say very much about it because very competitive process. And everybody is trying to get the same thing that we are trying to get. So yes, our staff here in Danville travel literally all over the world. And we have a list of things that we're working on. Just feel good, cross your fingers, and get ready for the party. You will be invited.
Likewise, the county. He's a good talker, he loses me sometimes. The county is the same thing. We always got clients we talk with, but as Chairman said, most times it's closed session, it's negotiation. They get infuriated if anything leaks before they leak it. So we do have clients we're talking to also. It looks good on the horizon.
Well, the federal budget will have, I think, a major impact on our region, not just in federal funds coming directly from Washington, but also money that goes to Richmond, our state capital, that comes to our city. And our city is hurting. Danville has already taken steps to address that. I'm proud to say that even in these tough times, our credit rating, our bond rating, our finance is very, very good. We are going to have to do some very inventive kind of things. We've begun to do that. It will have a negative impact on our city. It will be probably some reduction in money for certain basic services. We'll probably have to ask people to pay more. I'm proud the city of Danville did not raise the real estate tax this year. I cannot speak for the future, but the federal cuts will have an impact, a major impact on the city, directly and indirectly by way of Richmond. Let me also say the city gets a lot of money from the EDA, Economic Development Administration, out of Washington, D.C. If they cut that budget, that could have an impact on some of the incentives we use to attract industries here. But yes, we do have contingencies, we are working on that, and I feel pretty good about that.
We have similar concerns. I was talking to Dan yesterday is the bonds, what the bond interest will be, the bank interest will be. We're concerned how that increase will affect us. When we met with Sean Connaughton, he already told us the state's looking at 30% reduction in transportation money from the government. So that's a big concern as we try to improve our roads and infrastructure. Same concerns. It's definitely going to affect us, and we're actually planning ours now. And Mr. Slater, County Administrator, was working on that yesterday.
A $400 million project can create 400 jobs, average $40,000 per job. That is still in the works as well. We do have some ideas. We are trying to get some prospects for that. Keep in mind that what brought the white meal here was the broadband. That's why they came here. Also keep in mind that in Danville, we can get data to Washington, D.C. faster than they can get it from their own beltway. So a lot of work is being done to fill that building. It takes time, and we do have a lot of competition. If you look at Danville's population, for about 43,000 people now, based on the 2010 census. Pennsylvania County, 60,000 people. But you look at Greensboro, other cities, larger cities, more revenues, more incentives, they think. So it's some heavy competition, but we will compete, and we do compete with the best of it. So yes, it's still sitting there, but it's also still being marketed. pointed out a lot, and I'm sure Mr. Bob will comment on this as well. I know the Chamber of Commerce, Pittsburgh County and Danville, before they merged, for years have been working on that. Interstate highway is important for economic development. It is very important. Even I-73, when they started talking about that during the time when Senator John Warner was in Washington, they talked about putting that on the west side of Martinsville. And former Mayor Linwood Wright, former Mayor John Hamlin, and others worked hard to try to get that to come east of Martinsville, so that will help us. Same thing for 29. Those of you who travel from here to Washington, North Virginia, know once you get to Charlottesville, it's like a bottleneck to just slow things down. So we need that bypass, and we hope that's going to help. For a long, long time, the city, I think, council in Charlottesville were pretty much opposed to that. But that is hopefully going to make things better for our region.
I agree with Chairman on that. The mega park's got the best of all the worlds except transport. If we had an interstate transportation, this should help 29 or help that. So that was a concern. We're excited about that.
I think Tim and I can both comment on this one, and Mr. King, feel free to fill in for us. There has been a lot of concern about the airport in terms of extending the runway, in terms of shortening the width of it, in terms of getting rid of the hump in the runway to improve the line of sight for aircraft. Now, not just to say that we are trying to get the FAA, okay, to work with us, whereby we'll make the improvements that we must make. But we don't want to take a year, 2 years, a long time to do it. It will have a very, very negative impact on economic development efforts. Lots and lots of planes fly right into our city today. If they can't get here, it's hard to market our city, our county, our region. It's hard to market the megapark. So we need the FAA, Washington, to work with us on that, and the state aviation administration as well. And Tim will talk about the meeting we had recently on that. But yes, ma'am, we are concerned about that. We are working on that. Our congressmen, our senators are helping us with that same area. Well,
Connie, the VR, that was actually brought up. We got a delegation, which was pretty unique. The city and the county, we went to Richmond and had a meeting with Sean Connaughton. And that's pretty unique meet. Some of the governor's staff that actually was in it, I mean, they had never actually met with him. It was a pretty good honor to meet with him. And we discussed the concerns we had. And it was my impression, Sherman, that the state is on board and to help us. They want to get the runway, was it 5,600 feet, and then we're going to come back on the extension. But he left the door open. I think they're on board. They see the importance of it. And Mary Ray Carter, she had mentioned, and Liz Povar, they had mentioned that we really need it with the mega park, and that was, the state was very concerned with us, so they're working on it to help us.
For me, it would be attitude. It would be attitude. We must have a can-do attitude. We must believe, we must understand that no one is any better than we are. We can do anything anyone else can do, and quite frankly, I think better if we believe. So for me, that one word, attitude. Think positive, not just think, but be active, okay? Believe, try, work, okay? Fortitude, don't give up, stick with it, stay focused, and progress.
I'd have to agree with him on that. I always say dream big, work hard to achieve it, and that's been my driving force. But in government, that's one thing I learned. It's not like the business world, it's a lot of oil. I've learned that since I've been involved with it. You get good ideas, and I'm impatient. You want it to happen now, but it takes time, and you got other people involved other than just yourself to get things done. You have to work through the hoops to get things done. But we focused, the city and the county's focused, and I'd like to comment on it too. You always try to build up us, but the city and the county, I wasn't real sure about that when we come in, but it's been a great partnership, and they are true partners, and we work good together. And we realize that now as a region, we got a lot more chance of success than working individually, and we work well together, and we're getting a lot done. I mean, the state, every time we get down, they just really like that regional cooperation. That's what's going to bring us out. And Governor Bill Bolton, we had the summit, we actually had was 2 states, 5 counties, two cities, and they was just impressed. They've never seen them pull together like this. I know that was a good foundation for our area, seeing that many people on the same page.